This is the Joe Mullins Show, showcasing the vibrant spirit of Florida and America's innovative creators. This is the place for captivating conversations, inspiring guests, and industry professionals celebrating the best place in the world to live, shop, work, and play. And now, your host, County Commissioner, entrepreneur, and freedom advocate, Joe Mullins.
Hello, Florida. This is Joe Mullins of the Live, Work, Shop, Play Show, and we're very excited to be in one of our best cities in the state of Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. And I've got my good friend here with me, Charles Barr. Charles, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Joe. It's great to be here. Hey, I'm glad you're here tonight.
Now, I'm doing a little something different. We're not in the studio, as they can see, and we're dressed a little different. Well, Chairman Barr is. He's dressed a little different, but we are here. Tell us what we're here for.
So this is a fundraiser to begin with for the Republican Party, but we have a great speaker, Joey Jones, off the Big Weekend Show. As you know, he's a veteran Marine, and we're excited to have him here. So he is our keynote speaker, but the bottom line is we're raising money. We have these big elections coming up, especially the special election we have in August. And look, that's what it's all about, getting Republicans out, getting them together, getting them out. Let's get the votes in.
Now, we just left an event over at Fogo de Chao in Jacksonville. If you haven't been there, you got to try it. What an amazing place.
Absolutely.
They were supporting our government. The CFO came there and talked about wasteful spending in Jacksonville.
First of all, thank you guys all for being here. I'm Chief Financial Officer. It's an honor to be your CFO of the great state of Florida. We do have some elected officials in the room and past elected officials. I want to thank you guys for being here. Senator Clay Yarborough, thank you. Representative Cayenne Michael, thank you. Representative Dean Black, thank you. I also want to thank former Jacksonville Mayor Lenny Curry, and just know that all four of your past and current elected officials, they are real, they are not holograms. Just wanted to say that. I also want to thank Logan Bragdon from the James Madison Institute for being such a good partner with us. You know the importance of having third-party independent think tanks, research organizations are very important in this initiative, because people across the state of Florida want to know that their elected officials are doing, as Mayor Curry would say, God's work. They want to make sure that they are doing the work on behalf of the people. So when we started this initiative, we said, you know what, over the past couple of years, especially the past 3 years, definitely the past 6 years, we have just seen an explosion in local governments. And at the same time, property taxes have been crushing families and crushing businesses. But at the very same time, you've had a lot of local government officials and politicians, candidates, elected officials complaining about affordability, never thinking once that they were part of the problem.
And, you know, just the other day, I went to the airport to fly out. You cannot find parking out there. Yeah. Everything's shut up. It's locked down. There's no parking. Yet you go inside and you see this nice $1 million hologram of the mayor talking. And you're thinking to yourself, why didn't they put that money into parking or straightening out some of the parking stuff or begin a project? That's $1 million of our taxpayers' money, like the CFO was saying.
Yeah. That hologram is a big eyesore for people here in Jacksonville. It's a waste of money. When he talks about wasteful spending, that's one of them. We should have never wasted any money at all, not a penny on that hologram.
It's crazy. Well, we got a big list of people here tonight. We've got a big who's who that's going to be here. Tell us some of the people that are in attendance tonight.
Oh, gosh. Well, Joey Jones, of course, Secretary of State Cord Bird will be here. State Representative Dean Black will be here. Oh, gosh. Sheriff Michelle Cook from Clay County will be here. A couple other chairmen from GOPs will be here. Gosh, we have a whole list. Senator Clay Yarborough will be here. Of course, look here, the best MC in the world, to my opinion, Congressman Aaron Bean is going to be our MC tonight.
What a great MC, Aaron Bean. Congressman Bean is phenomenal.
You can't get better than Congressman Bean. And there's a whole host of others. We have a whole sheet full of them. I just don't have them memorized.
If you look over here, you'll see where these tables in just a matter of an hour are going to be packed with people really getting out to support the Republican Party of Duval. It's very exciting. Chairman Barr, how big is this election? How big and important is this election?
Oh, it's huge. Look, the midterms are extremely important. I mean, it's a matter of Democrats or Republicans in Washington. We've got to get all Republicans out, get them voted back in, hopefully take a bigger lead. Here for the August election in Jacksonville itself is a special election for city council. And of course, we have got to keep that majority on city council. And it's critical that we get Deborah Wesley elected. So that's very important. Of course, in Jacksonville, following up in March is going to be the mayoral race. That's extremely important. So yeah, these races are very big coming up.
Yeah, they're big. We lost the mayor race a few years back and really need to get it back. We saw that happen in Miami. We saw it first happen here in Jacksonville. We don't want that trend going through because it does. It sets up a stage where the cities start fighting with the governor's fighting with the city. Is so much better being uniformed. And we're not a liberal state. We're not a liberal area. This is the great state of Florida where it's conservative and it's always been ran by American values. So it's important to keep those.
Yeah, it is. And look, I look forward to having a Republican mayor come March. I look forward to Deborah going in August after this August election. And look, again, we have to keep our Congress Republican. So that's what this is about. We're trying to raise money so we can help push those candidates through. That's what it's about. Getting the Republican vote out, go TV and help support them.
Now, one of the big things that people ask and always check with us on is how can they support this cause? How can they support our country? How can they support us standing behind God? How can people get involved with the Republican Party? So
I tell you, you can get involved with the candidate wherever you're at. Get involved with your local candidate, your state candidate, your federal candidate. But here locally in Duval County, you can contact us at duval.gop. You can contact me at chairman@duval.gop. And get involved. We need people to do phone banking, door knocking. And look, we really need donations. It takes money to run these elections, as you know, and we need that help.
You guys have heard it. The Republican Party of Duval is crucial. It's one of the biggest cities in America, and it's so important that we keep this city red, we keep it strong, and it's the entryway to our state. We want to make sure we keep it great, and it is always one of the best states to live, work, shop, and play, and the best city to do that in the state of Florida. Chairman, thank you so much, and we look forward to tuning in and seeing this event and talking to a lot of wonderful people.
I'm excited, Joe. I'm excited for this thing to get going and seeing Joey up there talking, and thank you so much for everything you do.
You can tell all the hard work you guys have put in it, and it's truly coming. What is your excitement about that finally happening?
I'm glad. It's going to be a relief here in a couple of hours. We've really worked hard. I've got a team of hard workers have busted their tail to do this, and I think it's all going to pay off in a little while.
There you go. Get involved with the REC in Duval because you know what? You'll get praised as well. Chairman, you do a great job. We appreciate you at the helm. Thank you for so much.
Thank you, Joe.
And we're here with Representative Black. Representative Black, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
What an amazing event tonight. The Stars and Stripe REC Republican Party of Duval, raising money, raising awareness. How important is an event like this in this day and time?
Well, over our shoulder, you see all these empty tables right now. But the tension and the excitement is going to slowly build, Joe. And it's going to build and it's going to culminate in a very successful event. And it does several things. One, it builds esprit de corps. It gets everybody on the same page. It gets everybody excited to turn out the votes so that we can elect Republicans. And two, it raises money so that we can propagate our message out all over the region. And again, for the same purpose, we're going to beat Democrats. We're going to elect Republicans.
Now, you and I were just at an event where the CFO was talking about wasteful spending, and he targeted Duval, talking about the hundreds of millions of dollars that have been wasted in this city. How important is it for us to keep a Republican commission and get a Republican in at the helm seat of the mayor?
We need a Republican city council and we need a Republican mayor. Look, people are struggling to pay their bills. Affordability is a critical issue, and the current administration in Jacksonville is wasting hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars. It's time we had a real mayor, Joe, not somebody that just plays one and pretends to be one on TV. We need a real mayor, not a hologram.
Well, you mentioned hologram, and I was going into the airport, leaving out of here the other day. And when you go into the city or to the airport, you can't find parking. There's no parking anywhere, and it's all locked down, it's full. But yet you go inside and you see this $1 million hologram. Do you think that money should have been probably spent in infrastructure and improving some of the areas that we have in our city and in counties?
Absolutely. And, you know, we really need a mayor that understands how to run a city, how to deal with the problems of growth, how to deal with the problems of growth while keeping our city affordable to live in and a place where people would want to live. We have got to manage growth. We have to manage our expenses. They are not balancing their checkbook appropriately. They're not living within their means, and we're not getting anything to show for it.
Now, Representative Black, you've been up in Tallahassee working hard for the state, working hard for the city of Jacksonville and the county. What are some of the big things that you look forward to in your next term?
Well, there will be a lot of things. Look, before we move off of the current situation, it's important for us to talk about what we're doing with tax reform. There will be on the ballot the voters' choice of whether to roll back property taxes. Too much money is being spent. People are paying too much money in taxes. And in the Florida legislature, we gave the voters a chance to roll that back. And I encourage people to vote for increasing the ad valorem homestead exemption. That'll put money right back in people's pockets. Now, looking ahead, we need to get through elections. We need to make sure that we preserve the supermajority in the Florida House of Representatives and in the Florida Senate. And by the way, we need to make sure that we pick up the congressional seats that we should pick up, because there's a big fight in Washington over control of the Senate and the House. So we've got a journey before we can even talk about that, because how these elections turn out, well, that's going to decide what we're going to be able to do. And we need voters to turn out and vote Republican so we can elect Republicans, and then we can do all sorts of things. And it really matters what we do.
Now, Representative Black, I know you're getting ready to go to this event and you got to be in there. They're pulling for you to be in there. I want to thank you for joining. It's so exciting to see a room like this that is about to be filled up with a lot of patriots. How can other people get involved in helping this?
Well, you can, in Duval County, go to duvalgop.com. You can volunteer. You can contribute. And I must give kudos to Chairman Barr and his entire team. They put a lot of work into this. There will be a lot of elected officials here tonight, a lot of people all coming together, all rowing in the same direction. And everyone, though, whether you're here or not, can get involved. Again, that website, duvalgop.com. You can volunteer, you can contribute, and it makes a huge, huge difference. Do we have time? I'll tell you a quick story that'll show you exactly how big of a difference it makes. Okay, so you have Florida and New York. Now, roughly, they're the same size states. Okay, we have 3 million more people than they do, but we're doing Democrat math here. Okay, all right, we're roughly the same size. But did you know New York's state budget is more than twice ours?
Wow.
More than twice. And the only difference, Joe, they vote Democrat, we vote Republican. And our state government does a good job. Nobody in New York thinks that they need to spend twice what we're spending, or that they're getting a great value for their taxpayer dollars there. We run a lean, efficient, effective state government, and we are respectful of the taxpayers here. And if you want to make sure that that continues, vote Republican.
You own a business, you run your business a different way. You run it conservatively. You don't have an unlimited amount of money. It's nice seeing you guys running government that way here in Florida.
Well, you know, the last several terms, we've actually been cutting back gradually on the budget, because we can foresee that there are going to be fiscal shortfalls as people die. We have an aging population in Florida, and we can see that. We have people that forecast that. So we're not going to have a fiscal cliff. We're not going to put a shock to the system. What we've been doing is gradually paring back our expenditures, and we're doing it responsibly, respectfully, and sensibly. We're fiscal conservatives, and we're wise at what we do. But I'll tell you, if you let the Democrats get a toehold again, they are not wise. They are not fiscally responsible. And New York is the case in point.
We've seen a lot of people move down here from New York and other cities and other states that are failing, and they're very liberal ran. We do not want our Florida, New York.
That's absolutely right. And point of fact, a lot of the folks leaving New York and coming here, they are Republicans. They are political refugees from the Democrat Party. So we welcome them with open arms. They should register to vote Republican and then vote Republican. Hey, have I mentioned we need to elect more Republicans?
Absolutely. Representative Black, we appreciate you being in here. Thank you. And we look forward to hearing from you and seeing you tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate all you're doing.
I've got a very special guest with me. I got Congressman Bean. Congressman Bean, welcome here. Welcome to our show. We're glad to be here. Glad to see you here. How important is this midterm this year?
Well, first of all, it's no ordinary gala. This is the Jacksonville, Duval County Stars and Stripes, the big show. I don't know if you saw, Joey Jones is our speaker right now, so he's going to bring it. And there's a lot of energy in the pre-show before we come in there. Listen, there's nothing more critical than the Republicans keeping control of the House of Representatives. Right now, we have a 4-seat majority, 4 seats.
Wow.
Out of 432 seats right now, we have 3 vacancies. So it's so important. And that's why every vote, we have to hold our breath on almost every vote. Every now and then there'll be Republicans that'll cross over. But if more than 2 do, then we lose that vote. So it's critical. History will tell us that the president's party, this is history, the president's party doesn't do well. The president's party loses seats. But this year, you've got more people committed to the House being held by the Republicans, this guy, and our National Republican Congressional Committee, the NRCC, working with candidates across the nation to keep the House.
Now, we were talking to Senator Scott on the show just a couple of weeks ago, and Senator Scott said, this is so crucial for Congress. Do we really have anything to worry about with Pelosi gone, with some of these big names gone? Or are there new ones brewing and ready to go?
Let me tell you who's on the rise right now. The Mandani candidates, this mayor of New York, the AOCs that have taken, this is not our father's Democratic Party. And we would love to have a moderate party where they used to be, that we used to fight. But these people want socialism. They want communism. Right now, there's 28 candidates across the nation that are Democratic Socialists. So DSA, Democratic Socialists of America candidates that either are in a position to win. There's a handful that have already won their primary in a blue state. So that's where we have to fight. I'm going to show a video a little bit later on in our program tonight that will scare you. Hopefully I'll send it to you. You can play it for your viewers. Just to let you know that we have to worry. We have to take nothing for granted. Every vote counts. We're gonna Paul Renner is a poster child, losing his race, his first House race, by 2 votes. So that's why every vote counts. Can't take anything for granted, Joe. And I'm here to remind everybody, you got to engage, get behind candidates, support them financially if able, or at least dedicate your time, have that chat with your family, your friends, your kids at college, get their absentees in, make sure that everybody votes.
Now, we're going to see first time in history, a midterm rally or convention.
Midterm convention.
Very
That's
exciting.
exactly right.
Come out today.
September 9th and 10th in Dallas, Texas. President Trump is really jacked about it. He's going to put the Trump touch on it. So I'm looking forward to taking part of that. And I plan to be there.
It's very exciting. Any big things you want to tell the audience that you're working on for the state of Florida?
We're working on making things affordable. We're working on we're fighting fraud. We're finding fraud in every little government hearing that we hear. More and more fraud. People are discovering you don't have to rob banks anymore if you want to steal people's money. You can just bill Medicaid or Medicare or open a Leering Center in Minnesota. So that's what we're on the verge of beginning to stop. We've stopped most of it, all right? We made big reductions in some of that spending. So stay tuned. Listen to the Joe Show. He'll tell you what's going on.
Congressman, we appreciate you coming on today. I know you got a busy night. We're going to looking forward to hearing from you later.
Okay.
But thank you so much for what you do in our state.
Thank you so much. All right. Peace.
We're here tonight at the Stars and Stripes Gala for Duval County's REC, and I've got a very special person that just walked in, Secretary Byrd. Secretary Byrd, welcome to the show and welcome to this event.
Thank you. Always good to see you.
Now, you are a very big person that we want to hear from right now. With all the stuff we've seen in other states, especially Georgia, the problems they've been having with Secretary of State and elections and all the confusion, what we just saw happen in Los Angeles with the mayor race.
Right.
What is the take on Florida and how safe is our elections going to be?
Oh, well, I can say with full confidence that Florida is the gold standard for the country as far as elections administration, and that everyone feels secure that their vote's going to count and can be kind of timely. We get our results out on election night. There's reasons for that. And I'm trying to get as many other states to follow what Florida's doing, and also get Congress to pass the SAVE Act. They've got to do something to help us out because there's more we want to do, but we're limited by federal law.
The stuff that just happened in Los Angeles for the mayor race, how same thing we saw with the president. We went to bed seeing two candidates moving on to the next election, and then within 4 or 5 days after the election, that shifted and changed.
Right.
What are the chances of something like that occurring in Florida, and what do we do to keep that from happening?
Very slim to none, because we take election day seriously, and all ballots have to be into the supervisor of elections office by close of the polls. So what's happening in places like California is they're allowing the mail ballots to trickle in. They claim they have a postmarking. They have a postmarking statute that the ballot has to be postmarked, but they have all kind of loopholes. So they're counting ballots up to a month later. I was very disappointed in the U.S. Supreme Court in their ruling by not having or saying that there's an election day, which is why we need Congress to act.
Secretary, we welcome you anytime to come on the show. We've had you on before, and you've talked about the crucial part of the election. Anything you want to tell the listeners about this coming election?
Yeah, just citizenship requires active participation. We want your vote to count, so it's incumbent upon everybody to make sure that all your information's up to date, that you know where your precinct is. If you don't know, you can contact the Department of State. You can contact your county supervisor of elections. We want you to exercise the vote, but we need you to do your part as well. So
thank you for coming on, and we appreciate you. And please keep our state safe. We don't want to see anything like that. Yeah. Thank you so much, and we know you got a busy night.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a good night.
So we want to thank you for joining us today on the show and watching this amazing event here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are about to start and get going with the Stars and Stripes Gala in Duval, the Duval Republican Party. It is very crucial, as you've heard many of these guests say, this election is so important. We don't want a next 2 years of impeachments. We need 2 more years of productivity. We need to get this war behind us. We need to get focused on our economy, and we need to make sure that not only Florida, but 49 other states and America is the greatest place in the world to live, work, shop, and play. Thank you for joining us. Any weekend you can hear us on YouTube, The Joe Mullins Show, or you can go to Instagram, like our page, and follow and see some of our past, previous, and future shows. We want to thank all our sponsors. And as we end this show, I want to plan away to this great event here in Duval County.
Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Recorded by the Flagler Voice Podcast Studio.